there, internet. Mogwai here coming at you with another 12-year-old React Dandy, which seems to have become the norm for this channel. This is what our content is all about, as every single day we got a new champion reveal, and today we're going to be talking about Tristana. I know nothing about Tristana. She's a Yordle, I assume, and she has a mini bazooka, which seems pretty cool, but that's pretty much it. I've never heard about this champion before, and I'm honestly very excited. I have just been loving these champion reveals and this expansion in general. We have gotten some really good expansions in the past, but this is really giving me Rising Tides vibes. In case you don't know, Rising Tides is personally my favorite expansion in the game, and the mechanics that we've been seeing, you know, with Prankster and Hand Disruption, alongside the traps from Caitlyn, and then the darkness with Veigar and Senna, I don't even know what to expect anymore. Like, out of all these champions, Poppy has been like the least appealing to me, and I still really like her. So that's how high up the quality is there. When it comes to the Yordles though, Veigar has been my favorite up until now. So let's see if Tristana actually takes that spot and makes me spout out the F word yet again. So without further ado, I am recording. Let's take a look at Tristana. Okay, that's really that's really loud. Maybe I need to lower the volume a little bit. There we go. Okay, let me actually adjust here. And professionalism. There we go. Okay, let's see what she's about. And I will be clicking in the center now.
Gunner Tristana going in. Locked.
All right, three mana quick attack unit. That's pretty much like a staple for champion design, it seems. I have +1 power for each multi-region ally you've summoned this game. Oh shit. When you summon a multi-region ally, granted +1 power. Level up, you've summoned 4 multi-region allies, which she does not have to see. So as long as you summon them in the game, whenever you play her, she will level up. Seems like a very easy level up requirement. I never would have anticipated something like this, because I assumed the perk of multi-region units was just the flexibility that it came with and nothing else. But we have a champion that actually benefits from that directly as well. That is, I did not expect this in any shape or form. Really interested to see what she does when she levels up, because as of now she just empowers your multi-region followers a little bit, and her stats, I mean, she's a quick attack unit, right? So you just need to summon a few multi-region followers, and she's pretty much as good as Draven, Caitlyn, and all the 3-drop with quick attacks, basically. So let's take a look.
Loaded and ready to rocket. Let's get him, squad.
Nothing can stop me.
Engaging.
Okay. Battle City Mayor, your multi-region units cost 1 less. Oh shit. Play manifest a oh, you get to pick. Oh wow, this card is really neat. Oh, this card is really neat. I love the art too.
Let's go. Grab my hat.
Yeah, we know what manifest does.
Mustache.
I would pick I guess the double attack one.
Your esteemed mayor has arrived. Dude, the battle shot.
Dude,
I'm sure you're speaking
that's really
on regardless.
That's really neat. Another, like, but they're only playing like non-multi-region units. Gruff Grenadier, Allegiance. Oh, the Allegiance for Bandle City. Summon another Yordle follower that costs 3 or less. Wow, that's very strong, especially with the impact included as well. Another multi-summon effect at 4 mana, like the other one that we saw from Shadow Isles, that summons, it's a 2/3, it summons a 3/2, or vice versa, and both have impact. So another one of these, like any sort of 4-drop that splits into 2 different bodies is already really strong. Very powerful. Very powerful.
Vandal City #1.
Yes, very strong 4-drop.
Holding position.
Group shot. Ah, I missed it. Deal 1 to an enemy. If you have 4 or more allies, deal 2 instead. Fast speed. Could be a 1 mana mystic shot if you got the group. That's really cool. So, man, Bandle City has a lot of stuff going for it. Sorry for the interruption. I just need to like think here, because like Bandle City has like high-end removal with mini morph. They're able to answer any late game combo champion or control champion. They have the ability to spread out wide. They have pings. They have hand disruption. What don't they have? This is what I'm trying to figure out. What don't they have?
Look at them, in their boots.
Oh, old man does. No, never mind. They got protection as well. Vandal Cities, the multi, like, it's just everything.
Vim, vigor, victory.
I wish he leveled up. Intimidate roar. Oh, that's fitting considering my Yasuo freak out.
Love it, Big Mama. Let's bring this
Big
in.
Mama. Oh, that's multi-region. The phase multi-region as well.
Blasting off! Bye-bye, bad guys!
Dude, this is sick. I have +1 for each multi-region that you play this game. The same when you summon a multi-region ally, granted +1 power and impact. Okay, so Tristana is ultimately similar to Poppy in the sense that she functions really well with, I wonder, you could play Tristana and Poppy together actually. That makes a lot of sense. Because she also rewards spreading out. We already know that the Hungry Owlcats are really good with Poppy just because you spread out and you're able to boost them. And the Spell Shield, we know how good Spell Shield is on units now at this point after the dominance of Shurima Ionia based mid-range. So this is, like, you're giving them impact as well. I mean, it's not a huge gain, but the stat boost, you know, the fact that she's more resilient and the fact that she's leaning towards more damage means that Tristana is another weenie champion. You spread out, you play units, but she benefits from multi-region. And it's going to be very interesting when it comes to deck building. It will be limited at first because we won't have that many options for multi-region units, but as the game and the card pool progresses, she'll become better, I feel. Okay. These are like old school Noxus, man. You're low.
Winners don't duck.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. That's a 4-drop, dude. That 4-drop with her is amazing now because it's multi. I forgot it was multi-region. Whoa, wait. When I'm summoned, if you've summoned units from 4 or more regions this game with multi-regions accounts, grant me impact 4 times. It has Spell Shield. It has Spell Shield. That changes things, but again, it's an 8-drop. And it's not multi-region herself, which means you don't get the reduction on it with the 3-drop. Man, that 3-drop is really good. I don't know how good this is, though. I mean, impact 4 is really neat, and Spell Shield is good, and that stat line is strong. But whenever I see an 8-drop, I always compare it to Captain Fairy, and I don't know if this is up there.
Vandal Gunners, this is what—
Ah, don't kill him! Yeah, and that just keeps on growing. That's an OG way to finish it.
That's the way the Vandal Gunners do.
No, not exactly, but never mind. Double impact, that's what those two mean. Okay, wait. So we saw most of these. We saw the group shot. We saw the purple berry shake, grow an ally to 3/3 this round for 1 minute. I like the art. All these cards were shown in the video. Yeah, all of them were shown. So really interesting pack. I like the 3-drop a lot. The Vandal City Mayor, really interesting, and the Allegiance card is really strong as well. Because the thing is, now with Vandal City, Allegiance is a little bit more interesting because you have all these multi-region cards available that don't really disrupt your Allegiance proc. I wonder if Allegiance will ultimately get better for every region as they incorporate more and more dual region followers. That's gonna have a lot of implications, and I couldn't go without, I can't go a single video without saying implications. Now I'm so self-conscious about it. Thank you for telling me. All right, we're gonna take a look at the cards in Twitter because there's probably more content, and we'll be right back. All right, and we're back, and we have Tristana's Buster Shot, a card that we've not seen yet as her signature spell. It's interesting to see that they're not showing the signature spells in the actual video, which is something that they tend to always do. Cost 2 less if you have a Tristana or if you've summoned or played cards from 4 different regions this game. Deal 3 to a unit. Create a Tristana in your deck, I mean, because it's the signature spell. So essentially, like yesterday's example, a very good case of a signature spell because it costs 2 less if you have Tristana on the board. So your Tristana automatically converts into this, and it costs 2 mana. It's slow speed, but it's dealing 3 damage to a unit, and it perhaps is a reason for you to play Tristana with Senna, though I don't know if that will make any sense whatsoever. Yeah, besides that, I mean, it is dealing 3 damage to a unit for 2 mana. So even though that's slow speed, that's really good. Like, no matter how you look at it, that's really good. That's that's above average low cost removal, even though you can't respond to it, so it's quite limited. I don't think you add this into your deck on its own, though I could be wrong. But ultimately, I do feel like maybe this card goes beyond Tristana decks, honestly. But it is it's very easy to tell why it's a good signature spell, right? Let's take a look at the other ones. We got the well, here's a busted shot. The Bando City Mayor, again, really like this card. Very, very powerful. A lot of implications deck building as well, outside of Tristana, even though it makes most sense with Tristana. Bando Painter, 3 mana with Augment. It's nice to see more Augment cards being printed. It says, play, discard a card to create a multi-region follower in hand. Wow, I'm already thinking about combining this with PNZ or even with Noxus, because you can discard Flame Chompers. This can make... Yeah, this is really neat. Also, like, if you have like any sort of units that generate stuff, you know, like the Ballistic Bot, obviously, but also gem generators, anything that creates cantrips in hand, this card can net you really strong value, especially because on top of that, it may be understated at first, but it has Augment. So the moment you play that created card, it actually has a vanilla stat line for a 3-drop. So really good card, I think. Even though it's creating, it's not manifesting, so it's completely random, the multi-region follower that you can create. And that, because are there like high-end, I can't remember if there are like high-end multi-region followers right now. Not exactly sure. We saw the Gruff Grenadier, exactly what I said. Like I meant when I said with this card, like this card is really powerful. Like this is a very strong allegiance effect. Really neat. We saw the Bando Gunners there. I don't know how good this card will be. I think it's close to being pretty decent. But again, 8 mana is very expensive. Double tap. An ally strikes an enemy. If the ally is multi-region, it strikes the enemy again. So it's like a bit of a different take on Concerted Strike, right? A bit more costly. So Bando City, like I said, Bando City has a lot, man. They have ways. Do they have ways to deal like AoE damage? That's like darkness. So maybe they lack that. They lack the ability to deal wide. But they can ping. They can deal with high-end threats. And they have protection as well, even though not the most reliable, but they do have protection. They have a lot of things going on for them. They have the ability to swarm themselves really well. They have hand disruption, traps. A lot of shit, man. This region does a lot. Give allies +2/+2 this round. If you've summoned or cast cards from 4 different regions, give allies +4/+4 instead. We're seeing the high-end payoff for going wide. This card with the Hungry Owlcats, another example as to why the spell shield there is really neat. It takes a weight off and it allows you to play this card more safely without being punished, right? Even though, because the thing is, the opponent needs to be able to deal with them with like fast speed AoE, and if a lot of these little units have spell shield, then this card becomes way more threatening because this is just a massive hit. I figured they would print a card like this because the region is very good at swarming, right? But this is really powerful. But it does encourage you, or force you rather, to play multi-region followers. But the fact that Owlcats are Bando City and Ionia, now we know why. Now we know exactly why that's the case. I've yet to see any sort of like, I haven't seen any like Fae or Yordle synergy specifically, like any tribal synergy, or maybe I'm forgetting something. We see these two, we mentioned them before. Oh, and that's it. I always feel like cocked. I always feel like I'm expecting one more page and it's over. It's over way too quickly. God damn it. Really interesting batch. Tristana, aside from that, she's just kind of like, a strong attacker, right? That keeps growing bigger and bigger. Not as like fascinating as champions like Caitlyn are, or Senna, or Veigar. But definitely, similar to Poppy in that regard. The Storm weenie champion, even though it is the multi-region version, which is nice. It's important to have it's important to essentially have a payoff for playing multi-region cards. Like I like that they designed that. But I saw the bazooka, and I don't know. I was maybe expecting some sort of like. I mean, her signature spell is the Buster Shot, right? So they do kind of like put the bazooka to work in that card. But I was expecting it to be a part of the thing. But I mean, impact also makes sense, right? With the bazooka. So I think flavor-wise, the card is pretty good. You know, not the coolest design I've ever seen, but worth a like. There you go. Good stuff. Really like the Bandle City Mayor. Bandle City Mayor is really dope. What do you guys think about Tristana? How excited are you for this champion? Not the coolest one out of all the ones that we've seen, but definitely really dope. And really, really excited to see where they take this this dual region in the future. Like, I assume they're going to start incorporating these into other regions as well, right? Like, it won't be something completely limited to Bandle City, but we'll have to wait and see. And with that, I'm going to end the video right here. Thank you guys for watching. Stay tuned for daily Legends of Runeterra content. Hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys tomorrow.